25, exactly a year after becoming Conservative leader, Kemi Badenoch says she is rebuilding the party she took over following a big general election defeat. She's insisting progress has been made. Some Conservatives worry, though, they are still failing to cut through to voters. Let's talk with Nathaniel Ogunniyi, who's a political consultant, Conservative commentator. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How's it going?
Do you think she is doing a good job?
Yeah, so I think Kemi's had a relatively good year as Conservative leader. If you look at her ratings within the party, I think YouGov did a poll last week. Good number more of the party think she's doing a good job than those who disapprove. So her leadership ratings within the party membership are doing quite well. Then I suppose you look more broadly at the country and you go, okay, she's yet to achieve her sort of full cut-through moment. But I think she had a strong leadership style. She's shown that she's willing to pick up an issue and run. And on a number of those issues, I think she's been in the same place as the public and has eventually gotten Labour to U-turn. So on grooming gangs, on the sentencing guidelines, on the winter fuel payment, you see there are a number of areas where actually the Conservatives have been able to push Labour into a U-turn. And so I go, yeah, I think those are wins and should like a few more over the next year too.
Of course, one of the reasons so many of us are sort of getting excited about this 1 year point is because that's where potentially there could be a leadership challenge.
Yes, so the party rules mean that the leader can't be challenged for a year after their first election or after they win a confidence vote. So this is the moment from which, in theory, she could be challenged. I think you'll find that those rules are more procedural than anything else. So you may remember Boris Johnson won a leadership contest within the party, or a vote of no confidence, I should say, within the party, and then resigned as Prime Minister a few weeks later. So I think the Conservative Party, if they do really want to get rid of you, can do so. But I don't think the party's quite in the place for that. I think when you look externally, Britain's entered the age of many voices. Politics is quite crowded at the moment. You've got Reform, you've got the Lib Dems, you've got the Greens polling at the highest that they've ever done. And so the sort of old duopoly of Labour and the Conservatives has kind of fallen. And so I don't think the party is quite in the place to be shuffling leaders at the moment.
Yeah, I suppose very few would have the appetite to try and rebuild again from scratch. An election's a long way off, as we know, but it is a painstaking job, isn't it, rebuilding after a hefty defeat?
It is, and it takes a while for the wider public to get to know you, to understand what you're trying to push through. And so I think to try and sort of restart that from scratch now, probably not the best move for the party, I think. And as I say, she's had some successes. Obviously, the November budget coming up will be a good point for Kemi to try and scrutinise Labour and some of the policies that they will come up with. That's on November 26th. There are, local elections next year, I think 4,000 seats, 72 councils, something like that. So, there are opportunities coming up, I think, for her to sort of demonstrate her leadership, scrutinise the government and do things like that. But I don't think, now's the moment to be changing leader.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, Nathaniel Ogunniyi, who's a political consultant and a Conservative commentator.